Cheers, Squabbers, Costless, Wiggles, and all other good people out there. Hopswatch here. Once again, together with some very good friends of mine. We've got Pirate Kitty, Godless Scummer, Jen's Little Corner, and, as always, King Fat. Godless Scummer, you're also, as always, here. So, sorry for
That's all right.
Sorry for getting back. But anyway, we're going to watch the last bit of the so-called documentary by our everyone's favorite cult leader Torben Søndergaard, in order to see if it converts us. And no luck so far, at least not for me. So how about you? Anyone feel converted yet?
Not yet, but this is his last chance today.
It is his last chance.
Don't let me down, Torben.
And he hasn't had any attempt at me yet, so.
Well, it could be the last 20 minutes or so of this documentary that does it for you. It could be.
I am fully converted to what was it again? Degeneracy gospel.
Oh
was
yeah,
the debauchery gospel, wasn't it?
Debauchery gospel.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yes, it is. The idea being, of course, that our Lord our Lord God gave His Son Jesus Christ to basically get out of jail of all our sins. So if we lead lives of virtue, high-roading, and blameless, sinless existence, we are in fact cheapening His sacrifice. We are disrespecting our Lord Jesus and all that He gave us. So we should, at any given possible time, strive to lead as sinful a life as possible in glory to Christ.
Yeah, I wrote my own gospel about Jesus, that she was actually a trans woman who faked her own death so that she could run off with the Roman soldier that she fell in love with.
Ooh. I like that.
Okay, what are you guys having? I'm having this wheat beer that I actually got at King Fat's local supermarket when I visited him last weekend, when we actually streamed from there. So that's going to be good fun. I'm going to crack it open now, and it's got this actual real cork. So I'll just work a bit with that while Pirate Kitty tells me what she's having, or telling us. Sorry.
Well, for now, I'm finishing my coffee in my Thinking Atheist mug.
Oh yeah, I thought I recognised that logo.
Yeah, I got it for free at Faithless Forum last year because he had 2 or 3 left and he was just, here, take it. And then after that, at 9 a.m., I've got some Barefoot hard seltzer.
They so should have called it Barefoot and Pregnant.
And if
have enough and you will be.
If it doesn't taste very good, I'll mix it with some Pepsi.
King Fat, I've been drunk enough and had drunk sex enough that I probably should be, but it's never happened.
So, Jeff, what are you having?
Trying. The Lord loves you.
I am on the Heineken today. Although I'm going to try and space it out a little bit because, as you know, I've got to do a stream directly after this one, so I'm going to get too wasted too quickly. So.
Fair enough. Jen, what are you having?
I'm the sad grown-up one who's just drinking lemonade, but I do have a Pirate Kitty.
That is
surely
a weird colored lemonade.
It's A, bad color rendering on my camera, B, what's some jigger berries. But on the bright side, you will be drinking almost Barefoot and Pregnant. You'll be drinking Barefoot and Pepsi. So, I mean, we're nearly there. Right. Anyway, on to God.
What were you having?
What am I having? I am not. I could go and get something. If it's a requirement that I have to drink, I could go get something.
It's not a requirement, after all.
It's not a requirement. I'm just saying it helps.
Strongly recommended.
You just want me drunk, Jeff.
We've never seen that before, Jen.
No, we've never seen that before.
Never seen that before.
This is a nice fresh. It's a wheat beer with coriander. Has a nice fresh odor, actually.
Anything to drown out the wheat beer.
Yeah, I know you don't like wheat beer.
Wheat beer doesn't like me.
I'm not a massive fan of wheat beer myself, I've got to admit. So
this is a refreshing one. Mildly sour, mildly sweet.
Coriander?
Yes, coriander, the spice. Sorry, the herb.
That's cilantro, right?
Cilantro?
Just check that.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing as. Yeah, ew. I can't picture that being good, but I'm not a big fan of cilantro. Coriander.
Never heard it called cilantro, but okay.
Hang on. Coriander. English, coriander. Cilantro, is that with an S or a C?
C.
C-E or C-A?
C-I-L.
Cilantro.
Cilantro.
Mm-hmm.
Well, la-di-da. That sounds fancy.
I don't know how many of the.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say, so those, as you probably, I don't know who's not seen these streams before, if this is your first time. Let's just say, this guy is not very good at talking in tongues. I don't think he puts the effort in.
He just cut straight to the chase because it is the laziest speaking in tongue. And Hopswatch, did you for once actually remember share audio before you started this?
Yes, I actually did. This time around, I did.
He's the laziest tongue talker you will ever hear. It is quite amazing. And I personally have a theory because Hopswatch mentioned earlier that Torben, apart from being very, very, very bad at English, which we're allowed to mock, he also has a speech impediment, which, let's be fair, we shouldn't mock because that'd just be dickish. So I'm wondering whether it's his speech impediment that causes his glossolalia to be so shitty because, glossolalia usually, let's be honest, always tracks to the language patterns of the original language of whoever is totally speaking in tongues. And seeing as he has a speech impediment, that might be why his glossolalia sounds, to quote Hopswatch, as someone repeatedly morsing the number 5. So yeah,
I've got a question though. Does anyone else think that 7-Day Adventure with God sounds like the Christian version of Brokeback Mountain?
It has been broached. It has.
Well, this is the thing I brought up last time we were on here. This is 7-Day Adventure with God, and God's not made an appearance yet. I'm a little disappointed.
God is all around us, dude.
Maybe he doesn't come till the end.
Well, the moment he comes, you cut to the next scene.
You're right.
And by the way,
intended.
Please, we don't do double entendres. We, much like Nanny Og, do single entendres only, and they are proudly so.
Anyway,
yes, all the open yourself up to Jesus and all that. Let God come over you. We've done them all, and we will repeat them.
You gotta get down on your knees and start praising Jesus.
Exactly. Okay, so he's in Brazil, and he was actually on his way home, and they did a stopover somewhere, and now he's running around this town during the stopover of actually only a few hours, doing his thing again.
No, he's not even. This is actually more or less. I work in retail, so I often get that thing where customers overstep because they pretend that we're in an equal social situation, and thus the staff would be able to sort of say, "Now we're not doing this, but we're not. We represent the company, and thus we have to sort of go along with shit." And that's what he's doing to the extreme, because that young man in the striped shirt.
Oh yeah,
that's the concierge at the hotel.
It is.
That is the concierge at the hotel, and he is currently trying, as I believe it, to drive the demons that is making quitting smoking difficult for him out of him. And this poor guy's just going along, hoping for a solid tip. Porn joke. But yes.
Okay, let's have
so
a
anyway,
look.
This is him grossly overstepping the line with hotel staff.
Right.
Leave him.
That's talking in tongues.
That's not talking in tongues.
I love that he goes, just speaking in tongues. Come on, just do it so I can get the fuck out.
Just speaking tongues.
I'm just waiting for it now.
He's just repeating himself over and over again.
Yes,
it's ridiculous.
Can I finish it off?
The number 5, as I said.
Let me finish it off in a sec.
Come on, guys. It's amazing. God is just here. The wonder. He just worked here. We didn't even preach the gospel to him. But when he saw what happened, when he saw the Holy Spirit work like this, people got healed and set free, he came. Like, I ask forgiveness. I have smoked. I have sinned. And I ask forgiveness. I need Jesus.
Yeah, we are apes after all, right? And we like doing the same thing that other apes are doing. That's what I get out of this.
Mm.
I mean, that was a difficult word. King Fat, don't do that to me. What was the word again you used for that hotel guy? Concierge. Okay. So, and now I forgot what I wanted to say. Now he saw what was going on, and he just wants to do what the other apes are doing, basically, isn't he?
He wants a tip. Scummer, you had a point?
Oh no, I was just going to finish off his tongue sing. I think it finishes like this. Bird is the word.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Is that Papa Mau Mau? Is that the same?
Yeah.
One of those songs.
The Church of the Surfing Bird.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's watch a bit more.
And now he's speaking tongues. Come on, this is what we need to see. We need to see the power of God, because the power of God convinces people of their sin. Of course, they need to hear the gospel, but if they have heard the gospel and then see the power of God, the words that heard become alive.
Convince people of their sin.
Not only preach.
All right, so you have to force them to read the gospel so they can see the power of God, and then they know they've sinned.
The word.
Why don't you just skip the whole lot?
I mean, he's obviously the concierge is a believer already.
When have you been baptized?
Yeah.
It's such an I'm chatting you up pose, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He's blocking his escape route.
Yeah.
They came out of Egypt.
I would feel very, very uncomfortable if somebody plays themselves like that.
It's not
Is he humping the desk?
He is.
He is humping the desk.
He's being sexual to this younger person who's working the desk.
No, it's Torben who's working the desk.
Yeah, he's definitely working the desk. That is kind of fucking creepy.
Yes. Who'd have thunk it?
That really oversteps a line, though. Like, bad for that guy. Even if he worked there. I mean, even if he believed him, it's still.
We try to go around and see if we can find a place that's a more people and
well, again, when you have God with you, lines are not a thing.
Now, this beer goes down quickly.
It's the cilantro.
That's the worst mood I've ever seen.
If I was trying to enjoy a tour somewhere and some idiot came up to me with a megaphone and started shouting God type stuff at me, I'd probably take it off them and smash it on the ground.
It would be tempting.
Like, don't ruin my freaking holiday.
I fear that these people are actually here for him.
We have no
I was going to say
really?
They're there to see him.
I'd admire the balls on him if he just hijacked a guided tour and went, "This is now about Jesus."
Oh wow!
Doesn't this guy look pissed off?
He could. I mean, I wouldn't see that past him.
No. He the thing is that he needn't, and I think that he would. I mean, he's perfectly comfortable violating the intimate space, as it were, or the personal space of that kid behind the counter. But I think that he wouldn't just. I mean, he hasn't gone anywhere where he hasn't been invited yet. He hasn't gone and just. I mean, back in Sao Paulo, or wherever the heck it was he was prior to this, when he went out in the street, we're just going to go into the street and start preaching.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, those people at the square where there was Blowjob Kid and Dubious Girl at Truck and all those characters that we remember and love. You guys really missed out. They were obviously organized. They'd been rallied there in advance. So I don't think he just actually, I mean, he says he goes out to preach in the street, but I don't think that he just goes out and goes, "You look like you need Jeebus." I think he hasn't the Well, he certainly lacks the shame that would keep him from doing it, but I think he hasn't the courage. I think he does this also a lot to validate himself, which is
I'm not sure he has.
When he goes, just speak in tongues, just speak in tongues. It's all about show that I can do this. I don't need you to do anything else. Just speak in tongues so I can give this a check mark and we can move on.
He certainly doesn't have the charisma to do it.
No.
You know, most
he
street
doesn't.
preachers are kind of charismatic. Otherwise, they don't get the people coming and listening to them. So, yeah.
I have yet to encounter a charismatic street preacher, but fortunately, they're not big in Denmark.
No.
Yeah, they're not big here either.
Yeah. Actually, London's the only place I ever encountered a street preacher.
You do occasionally get them in the UK. They are still they're still quite rare though.
I think I saw a couple in Ireland. I was participating in the first, was something like the first demonstration, pro-choice demonstration in Dublin in like 20 years or something. That happened to happen during the 2 months that I worked there. And there were a couple of street preachers next to the demonstration, I clearly remember. I mean, and they were, I mean, all the prejudice you might have against street preachers was confirmed at that point.
Yeah.
So I saw them.
Let's go see amazing things.
Yes.
And fuck street preachers.
What we have a plan is that we have a church where we can go and baptize around 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Okay, wait. So this is serial killer tactics. Hey guys, yeah, you want to come with me? There's this party back at my house.
So
There's
what
this
we would
church where
do
we do baptisms.
There's cake in a bath.
is I have no idea. No, but
Cake in a jacuzzi.
Just to pray for people here
Vamos começar a orar pelas pessoas que estão aqui mesmo.
who want prayer.
Que querem oração.
Okay,
And
actually,
then
hang
when
on
you
a second.
pray
How
for
about we do
each other
this?
and
How
then we can
about,
go
guys,
out
we
and-
go back to my place. I'll pretend to drown you, and then we'll eat the flesh and drink the blood of my invisible friend. How's that strike you?
Sounds like debauchery gospel to me.
Fuck yeah!
Right.
Well, debauchery gospel, you have to remember that 1 in 3 we don't pretend to drown, we just drown them. Thou shalt not kill, thus obviously we shall. Glory to God.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to go the whole way with the debauchery gospel. After all, I mean,
Tell you what, Hopswatch, why don't we just fake drowning you, and then we'll have a nice cup of blood and a slice of flesh, and the rest of us will see where we'll go from there.
okay.
Find other people.
Mas vamos começar aqui.
What is happening with you right now?
Lord.
Sentindo o poder do Senhor. She's feeling the power of the Lord.
Yeah. You speak
Oh,
in tongues.
Você fala em línguas?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's right.
Feche seus olhos.
I say, God, thank you.
Deus, te agradeço.
Come with your Holy
Venha
Spirit.
com seu Espírito Santo.
Freedom.
Liberdade.
Paid actor.
Set me
No.
free.
Liberdade.
No, crisis
Come with
actor.
your Holy
Crisis
Spirit.
actor, I believe, is the term we're using.
Your joy.
Sua alegria.
Your freedom.
Sua libertação.
Right now.
Agora mesmo.
All right. The noises she's making, I'm wondering what he's doing with his hand.
Come on.
yeah, right. The one we can't see.
Come on. Chill out.
Yeah, I mean-
He is rock hard right now.
Hey, did you see the expression on the guy's
Old
face?
fart driving past?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was good fun. Just watching that one frame. I'll just go back just to watch that again. That was good
Yeah.
fun.
Come with your Holy
Venha
Spirit.
com seu Espírito Santo.
Freedom.
Liberdade.
Set me free.
Me liberte.
Come with your Holy Spirit.
Venha com seu Espírito Santo.
Your joy.
Sua alegria.
Your freedom.
He's getting all breathy.
Libertação.
Or is it called
Right now.
breathy? I don't know.
Go. Come on.
Yeah, you didn't tell me this was a porn.
Come on. Chill out.
Well, it's one of those blue channels things, because we never actually see the
Give me
I
Wait,
makeup.
caught that. I caught that. Yes, that was funny. So look at that guy in the blooming golf cart. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Come on.
Pay attention to this.
Come on. Shilla da 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 da.
Kids today. Back in my day, we went behind the bushes, but no.
But why did they include this frame, these few frames in the movie?
I think we may have an undercover operative in the editing room or in that particular camera operator. But I also love that the guy driving it is just going, "What the mother-loving fuck buckets is this shit?" And the guy next to him is just going, "We're not even gonna engage with this. We have a tea time in 8 minutes."
It'd be awesome to modify his face to a smile and then put a caption up that says, "I'll have what she's having."
Yeah.
Or just put a pop-up on his head going, "Why won't you touch me like that?" I don't know.
We lead a group to evangelism on the street, and you pray for us and we need something.
Oh goodness!
From God for us.
Okay.
Just prophesy.
You speak in tongues?
Yes.
Okay. Do you need freedom in other areas?
No.
Do you need freedom in other areas? What does that even mean?
You hold each other's hand. Close your eyes and just pray. God,
Deus,
we love you.
A gente te
a
ama.
gente ama.
I want to serve you.
Queremos te servir.
Nós queremos te servir.
I want to get down on my knees and suck your big gog cock.
Nos faz livres
From every spirit of fear,
De
de
todo
todo
medo.
medo,
tradition,
I'm gonna get a hit for
de
this.
toda tradição.
come with the Holy Spirit.
You know what happened to my stream last week?
Right now.
Agora.
Oh!
Come on. Come out! Come out! Come out right now!
What is she doing?
Right now. Come out right now in the name of Jesus.
Is she
Command you,
just
spirit
secondhand
leader,
jizzing
leave
over
him
this?
right now. You wrong
Convulsing.
spirit, go right now. You religious
You know what I
spirit,
think it is?
command you, leave
Yeah,
Oh
You-
wait,
come
you
on.
you know
religious
those
spirit.
remote-controlled phone app duo balls you can get? I reckon he gave them out to the entire audience before they started, and someone's got the phone app.
Leave him, 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 come out, you leave them, come out right now, I command you,
What?
spirit, religious spirit, come out.
What are they? What is
There
he?
are many of those manifestations,
Also-
this is not the Holy Spirit, this is demonic.
Religious
And we
spirit.
worship it as it's the
Get
Holy
out.
Spirit, but it's demonic. It's demonic spirit that crept into the church.
Oh,
Oh yeah, now we are going
Come out right
full
now.
on freakazoid.
wanna comment on it?
Why is it a requirement that they all speak in tongues?
That's the first step on the road to religious freedom. You are closer to God, and the Holy Spirit can flow through you.
Oh wait, we've got two people waiting. And we only have one spot left, so it's going to be the one that came first. Just a sec. I can't. There you go. So it's going to be. Oh, and Seraphim is also there. But Shartan, you were hello, Shartan.
Hello there, everybody.
You can always rotate people in and out, Hops.
Yeah, rotate us.
Yeah, I could do that, of course. But I really feel bad at throwing any one of you out. And Seraphim actually left now.
Oh, okay.
Maybe could rotate. Who would volunteer to leave?
Yep, I'm good.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
Yeah, you just rotate us all each for each couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Just
I'm fine
rotate
either
yours,
way.
keep yourself in, and rotate everyone else.
Well, no need
That's
to
up to
rotate
Seraphim
now
if she
because
wants to come back
Seraphim
in.
left again. But Seraphim can come in again, and we can rotate if you really think that's an option. But I would really hate to throw anyone out. Who? Oh, Pirate Kitty left.
I
What?
threw myself out.
You don't need to. You don't need to.
Well, no, I think Seraphim's going to come back. If Seraphim comes back, I'll
Well,
step out
so-
for a little bit.
So like I said,
Well,
like
Seraphim-
Seraphim can come in for a few minutes, and then I can drop for a few or whatever, and then you can bring them
Yeah,
back in.
I'm
and like,
fine with
Oh,
that.
all right.
Well, we tend
Yeah.
to do this on like Six Pack, don't we, Jen, on Chris's show? So
Occasionally, not all the time. It just depends.
Can you actually hear the
It is a
screen?
pain to do, but it's there is another way. If were you going to come in with video, Seraphim? Yeah, I'm asking her. She's going to have ages before she hears me because I could grab her in a chat in Discord and drag her in through my audio.
That'd be cool. The other time she didn't have audio on, so that bollocks. She didn't have visual on, so yeah, that could be cool.
We'll just got to get it working because it's a pain.
Oh yeah, that's that.
Oh, Sarah, don't say stuff like that.
Yeah, don't say that.
Anyway, Sharton, what are you having?
Coke. I'm hungover as fuck.
Poor lad. So, if you, Sharton, just tell a little about yourself while we see if Jen can get Seraphim on audio.
Yeah, no, I've just realised I don't know if have I got Seraphim in Discord. Haha, I probably do. Hang on a sec.
Yeah, something about me. Norwegian, living in Sweden. Truck driver by trade. And a professional dumbass.
Wonderful. And you're doing a podcast along with Mikey.
Yeah, with Mikey. Yeah. We got a podcast called The Bin Podcast. Streaming live every Thursday at 8 o'clock GMT. And you can also find us on Spotify, Stitcher, or Apple Podcasts, and all other big podcast providers. Yes.
All right. Well, there is another way I can do this with Seraphim. Because I can actually open to StreamYards. Will that work? Can I loop the audio without it echoing to everybody? No, I can't. Not if I'm not doing it that way. Okay, I got to think about this.
Okay, well, let's continue a bit, and I mean, Seraphim, if you jump in, we could rotate. I mean,
yeah.
To me, that'll work if we do that. So
okay, I've got the output and input set right in there. Okay, so all I got to do is set the other one right.
So I'm confused with what's going on here with this. They said that they some of them said they spoke in tongues. They didn't say they needed freedom. So what demon is he supposedly exorcising from the girl and the guy in the red shirt?
Well, the demon that is being in a different cult or in a different church that isn't his, I guess. Is my best guess, really.
As if it makes sense, really.
He's making things up as he goes along, so it wouldn't make too much sense anyway, would it?
But I like the fact that he's now going full on. The church is corrupt. It has been infiltrated by wicked creatures or beings or whatever wank he's pulling off these days.
Right.
Yeah, that's a classic thing. Everyone's church is corrupt mind.
Come with the Holy Spirit. Fill me up.
She looks like she's trying to
Yes! Come with the Holy Spirit. Fill me up,
right
sis.
There's so many. So
Can we have a t-shirt made with an image of him being railed from behind by the Holy Spirit, whilst Jesus spit-roasting him from the front?
This is demonic.
Ops.
The first thing is demonic.
Ops. You need to clip that bit.
I need to
You need to clip that bit of her doing this and put it to some napalm death. I'm just saying.
No, what you need to do is get somebody with some artistic skill to draw his face and put it on a shirt, and then underneath it just go da 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 da.
I mean, you should see some of the faces that he makes in his other videos. That's a subject in himself. In itself, he's the only contender for cult leaders making the weirdest faces. Along with he's the only one who could challenge Mark Stephen Lett from Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh God!
In making weird faces.
He can't be that. He can't be as bad as Led.
He can.
Oh wow.
I mean, you should watch some of the frames that I've even caught it in some of my videos where he. I mean, it's insane.
In theory, Seraphim should be able to hear us, and hopefully we can.
Yes, I can hear you perfectly fine.
Hey, you're there.
We hear you.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Cool.
Isn't that an awesome way to get an extra person in?
That is awesome, Jen. Awesome.
Okay, Seraphim, if you jump in the back so you see the video at the same time as us, and you can talk through my chat.
If I do what again?
Okay, if you hop in the back part of it, then you can see the video at the same time as we are.
Just press the link.
That's true.
Hop in the back. We won't rotate you in because you can talk through my joining. And yeah.
So hang on a second. We are in fact pulling a Holy Ghost right now. She's popping in the back and talking through you.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, I am channeling Seraphim.
We done it.
Fucking hey!
We done it. Finally.
I think we just converted to the church.
Torben has converted us.
Yes.
No. The conversion was inside us.
The Shining Head came very close to converting me at one point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoops. Ooh.
All right.
Close. So close.
Freedom for man, freedom for man, freedom from control, freedom from control, freedom from
man, freedom from control.
Control from people.
Who are you and what are you doing if you're not both?
It's not what people think. It's not what people say. It's what God thinks. It's what God says. It's all about Him. It's not about you. It's not about you. And you have been learning this. You have been learning this. You have been learning this. But there's more. There's more, don't hold back. And there's people now who say they love the truth, but they will turn against you. They will not follow you. They will not follow you into the new thing. They will not follow you into what God wants you to go. But don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Because those people you're going to lose. But other people.
What's that noise?
That was my tablet acting like a retard. So if you'll excuse it, give it a moment.
You're in the back because you'll be getting audio from me and audio from sitting in the back. As soon as you're in there, I'll mute myself in our Discord chat, so you just hear us from StreamYard.
Or you use headphones.
It won't matter.
I am. Again, my tablet was just being weird.
Okay, you're in the back.
You should always use protection when going in the back.
You're in the back.
Please channel responsibly.
It's not about the numbers. It's about the kingdom. It's about the numbers in heaven. It's about every sinner who repent. Every sinner who repent is so much more than 99 who do not need repentance. Than 99 who do not want it. Who do not want it. Who do not want it. And God has let things happen.
Fucking love bombing, disgusting.
But because of.
What's that again?
I was just saying, I've seen this throughout these films. The bloody love bombing his group to do on these people is disgusting.
Yeah. There's a lot of that, isn't there?
Him, not because of you, but because of Him. It's all Him. It's all Him. And He has been preparing you to take this up, to take this out, to take this out. Oh God, we ask forgiveness for maybe compromise. We ask forgiveness for maybe fear. And we speak life, God. Life to Brazil. Life to Brazil.
Okay, why is she playing with these tits?
The real question is, why aren't we?
I mean, that's a great way to get someone to let you play with their tits, I guess. It's like, hey, I need to lay these hands on you for Jesus.
All right.
I'll just rub.
The guy holding his shoulders is going, holy shit, I can't believe your plan worked. You are getting some rough-ass nipple play right now, you demented genius.
Dude, we need to do this next weekend.
Nipple twinking.
I was going to say it's about a couple of years ago, but last person who ever tried to make a serious attempt to convert me,
I thought it was a nipple play with you.
Not quite. It was a woman, and she just, I don't know, she got talking to me about religion. I explained why it is, I don't believe it, whatever. And she sort of said, "Would you mind if I prayed for you?" And what I assumed that meant is she'd go home and say a prayer for me or something or whatever. I'm like, okay, you want to mentally jack off, be my guest. That doesn't bother me. But so I said, yeah, go if that's what I assumed she meant. She'd go home and she'd say a prayer for me. No, the next thing I know, I'm grabbed round the head like that and pulled in. It's like, and I swear it's more like an exorcism. It was all, I was expecting her to start with the power of Christ compels you.
I don't know. I think he was hitting on you. That's.
Is it considered bad form to motorboat someone who's praying for you?
To what?
To motorboat someone who's praying for you.
I mean, you could.
But let's be honest.
Yes. I mean, it's bad form, but you can still say it's for you.
Because motorboating is enjoyable only to the person motorboating, not to the person being motorboated.
What is motorboating? I don't know that as a word.
Who wants to explain it to him?
Sorry.
Okay, when a man and a woman are very drunk and naked, the man might bury his head in the ample bosoms of said woman and then go like the engine on a motorboat.
I'd like to know how any man thinks that's a good thing.
No. As I said, this is sort of the... Any moment now, she's going to realize that I am way beneath her. So I might as well just get this done on my way out. Before she realizes this guy is a total twat. And also, I mean, it's one of those things, you do it because it's silly and fun and enjoyable. And well, it's a
sometimes
thing.
if the woman is desperate enough, it gets a giggle out of her.
Okay, let's put it like that. Motorboating is not a sex move. It is a having fun with each other's bodies move. It is extremely not a sex move. It is, in fact, more or less the anti-sex move.
I guess it could be fun if you sprayed my tits with whipped cream first.
Possibly.
Why particularly?
Let's watch a bit more before this goes.
I did not see a motorboating conversation coming on.
Live to Brazil! Live, God, a new movement! God, you're doing it!
God's selling that in new school now? That's a big movement if it's going all over the world. I'd want to see a doctor.
And you are sitting people together. You are rising up your army, God. And you are doing it. And you are
laughing.
No wonder so many people get caught up in this. They're all getting orgasms.
We are all called to follow you, Jesus. Just go and pray to speak tongues.
So would this be considered mutual salvation?
I don't want to think what other people
I think the thing is that they just edited it out before you join the crowd.
I don't want to care
here's your
about
prostate egg or here's your vagina egg.
I want to care what you think.
I want to care what you think. Sadly, I can't.
And I forgiveness that I've been.
So do they have a deal with Goop or something?
And not you.
They have a what?
A deal on Goop.
Do they have a deal with Goop for the vaginal eggs?
Big load of Goop.
And also, would this be considered mutual salvation?
But the ones on Goop, aren't they just jade eggs? They aren't the ones that you can vibrate by remote control.
I have no idea. I have no idea. They're not coming anywhere near my vagina.
And you are not
they
coming anywhere near them. So there we go.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm desperate, but I'm not that desperate.
And by coming near your vagina, you mean both the double entendre and the straight out statement.
As previously stated, single entendres only and proudly
single entendres
only.
You're wonderful.
I want to be free. I want to serve you, Jesus. Hang on, aren't those two mutually exclusive?
Yes. They could very well be. fuck yeah.
Do you feel like this is a good way to discuss logic with these people? You think that will work?
I'll grant you, I believe there is no good way to discuss
my guess is he wants to have his penis out whilst he's sucking on that Jesus stick.
Right.
Exactly. They want them to service the Jesus stick.
Yeah, and he wants to be free at the same time. You know, so it's a bit of suck, masturbate.
So wait, so the
free ball.
alternative
He wants
plot
the free
here.
ball.
So the sex tape is also named what he just said. I'm doing it in Brazil.
Yeah.
Jen, have you been watching Godless Engineer?
Jesus.
He's always talking about sucking Jesus stick.
Hang on a sec then. Is
Yes,
one then
they
sucking...
watch too much Godless Engineer.
Yeah.
Does one then suck, quote, Jesus dick, or does one suck Jesus's dick? Because Jesus' dick could be any preacher penis, I suppose. Whereas Jesus' dick would be
Depends on the denomination.
Oh my God!
We need to get a
Ladies and
Catholic in here to explain that to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the debauchery gospel, here's the thing. Much like you can channel the Holy Spirit, you can channel Jesus' dick. So it's not just your pastor that you're having a nosh on. You're in fact having a nosh on the divine rod.
Which is what this guy's talking about when he says... That's what he's talking about when he's saying, I want to serve you, Jesus dick. He's talking about he wants to be free, so he wants to get his penis out and he wants to serve his penis to those people, and it's a surrogate for the Jesus dick.
Oh, yes, of course. There shouldn't be a comma after you. I want to serve you, Jesus. Yes.
It was a very good question. I'm not at all sure if it's Jesus' stick or Jesus's stick. I will have to ask Godless Engineer about that, I'm afraid.
You're not afraid.
Yes, we should ask him about that.
We should ask him.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be happy to answer.
I mean, I would ask him about that.
No, you know what would be funny if we formatted a question and then everybody tweeted it to him at the exact same time.
No, half. Start a fight in his mentions. The Jesus sticks versus Jesus stickers.
Yes, this is tagging. What do you think?
God damn it.
I am an Orthodox Jesus sticker.
God damn.
None of this Jesus stickery.
God damn. What's
That's a lot of Jesus stickery.
God damn. I can't. This is typical, isn't it? He thought. Last week you come up with the debauchery gospel and the church of debauchery. This week there's already a schism.
Yes! But that's not in the church of debauchery. I'm just fomenting a schism in a yet-to-be-formulated religion. Technically, I'm fomenting a schism in an atheist society.
Is debauchery schism just another name for an ass crack?
This stream has officially gone off the cliff.
Let's have ourselves another red-hot, smoking, foot-long serving of throbbing Jesus.
Dick.
Let's see if you can watch just a bit more now. It's my stream.
I have a question. What is the name of this new religion?
I want to serve
What,
you,
the Jesus stickers versus the Jesus stickers?
Experience your love.
That's not a religion. That's just a schism between followers of the Godless Engineer.
On this 7 days adventure with God, you've just become stronger.
But the debauchery gospel, that's another story from altogether. That's from last week. But it will be vast. I'm thinking it's a new version of the prosperity gospel.
Well, I mean, you can watch the stream from last week, and you'll know
you really need to watch what he's been saying the last couple of minutes because it is absolute filth.
It will flow like
the Holy Spirit just falling here out on the street. It's like just out here.
He's been drinking some sort of juice.
I think it's cold showers.
These things you take true. And
let it
just
flow
stand
forth
there, and
like
the bliss
living
of
water,
God is
right?
just falling on people,
Living
people
water. It's
against
been
the
through
tree
the
and
human
speaking
body, so it
tongues,
must be
and
pee, right?
and
That's
it's
that's
like,
when
oh Lord,
water
the
has been
place
through
is
life.
so beautiful.
And all over the place. Living Waters. That's Ray Comfort's
It is.
project, isn't it?
What?
That's Ray Comfort's
Yeah, that's
ministry,
right.
Living
Your
Waters.
ministry is Living Waters. So basically, Ray Comfort is Come Church.
Right. The funny
Church could be
Oh,
pee.
that-
funny thing is, Torben actually he was in contact with Ray Comfort back in the day, back in 2010, 11 ish.
okay.
And he's still on one of his former channels. Torben still has a video of Ray Comfort, greeting him. Ray Comfort actually recorded a greeting video to Torben back then.
Oh Lord.
And you can still watch that. I can show. I could show you. Oh, for fuck's sake! This is only 4.5. I can't even speak anymore.
Yeah.
But I could show you at the end if you were interested.
Yeah, sure. I read on his Rational Wiki that Torben used to do something with Todd Bentley back in the day.
He did that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
The deal with Todd Bentley, I keep forgetting. What was it that he did that was particularly bad? Was he was a sex offender or something? Wasn't he?
Hold on. Let me just go. I'm gonna just double check. I heard the name Todd, but I just got to remember what.
I don't remember the controversy exactly, but he's been distancing himself desperately from him recently.
Yeah,
relatively recently.
Is this a guy from Fresh Fires?
It's all over the place, you guys. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
They got it everywhere.
All over the place was what he said when he described his shit stirring in episode 1. All over the place, all over the place.
It sounds as if there was something to do with quote unquote sexual sins, as they what Todd Bentley's been accused of, which means that I think he was actually, from what I can read of it, he was sort of secretly bisexual, and I think that's obviously a bit of a problem to the Christians.
Yeah, I guess
we need to have a game at some point of religious belief or porn.
Right. But I mean,
this is all over the place. It's so beautiful. Could either be this or a porn.
But still, I mean, so what if Todd Bentley is a bisexual? I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I mean,
if he's overstepped the mark with like parishioners or something and done something was, should we say, unsolicited or something, then there's a problem.
Definitely, yeah.
But that seems to be. It seems to me that from what I read, that's just what I could gather from Rational Wiki, that he was one of his parishioners accused him of some stuff and saying he's not fit for public ministry, saying that
you fell out.
Sorry, he says that Bentley has, and I quote, an appetite for a variety of sexual sins, including both homosexual and heterosexual activity.
So
exactly, but obviously to them that's an issue, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be. They wouldn't fucking care.
Yeah.
I mean,
to me,
someone's having fun. How dare?
Yeah,
right. To me, it just makes him a bit more fucking normal. But I mean, unless of course, he's advanced on someone that's unwanted. That's a different matter. But
what's going on? Who's smashing cans in the background?
Shartnik just got up.
I'm assuming he's offended that people are having fun.
Yeah, let's just watch a bit more, or we'll never finish this. We'll never get this finished.
I've got to do a stream in just over an hour.
With this movie, the 7 Days Adventure with God, that we need to take the first step. Now this means we need to take the first step.
I believe this is just what God wants to show you with this movie. Did he just say that it is actually God producing this movie?
Well, it is an adventure with God,
Easier and easier
I guess.
to hear the voice of God, to
but we
pray,
still
to
haven't seen
discern
God,
what
so
demons, what spirit there is, and just do it because.
So
we
he's saying
want-
right now, the
we
more
want
you
it in vain.
convince yourself
So
of
this
something
is a
that's
little
not
from the last
true, the
day of
more
the
you
week,
will
but it's
hear
not going to
fake
end.
voices in your head.
This can never end. This shall
Yes.
never end. When you have
So the more
tasted
delusional
life,
you
when
become,
have
the
experienced
more delusional
real
things you
life,
hear.
you
Yeah,
don't want
okay,
anything
that's
else.
fine.
When you have tasted this life, when you've experienced this real life, you don't want anything else. It's not about having a big house or big car. This is so real. If people could just get that this is what it's all about, put this in the mouth of anyone covered in gallons of cum and a sacred smile, and it could just be about the bukkake lifestyle. No, yeah, we make money off our videos, but we're in this for the living water.
We're in this for the sex.
what? Is he doing that for real, or is he
What,
being?
weeping?
Is he laughing or weeping?
I don't know.
Well,
I think we
Is that
broke
just
it.
how he
I think he is
orgasms, baby?
To the people with prostates in this audience, I will say, if you've ever ejaculated many times in a row, after the third or fourth, maybe sometimes your prostate will start to hurt a little and tell you, dude, really, we're on overtime. Could we maybe have a nap and a gallon of water or something like that? And the way he's been going, I would not be surprised if he is in quite a bit of physical pain.
Mhm.
He has been giving out that living water like a champ.
Yeah, or maybe as
Also, he's having a mental breakdown.
Mental break.
Yeah,
This
could
is
be
the
that.
thing, and I mean, I know one or two. We've had discussions on this, but this is the thing. Watching him, I am genuinely convinced that he really believes this shit.
Mm.
It's also conceivable that one of the guys he just sucked the cock of just told him he had AIDS.
Yeah, that's okay. The Holy Spirit will protect him. And also, the important thing about that is you just have to swallow really quick so it gets into the stomach acid that will neutralize all the dangerous AIDS demons. So if you snowball it like a sinner and keep it at your bleeding gums, then the AIDS demons will get in your system. But as long as you just remember to swallow everything in a hell of a hurry, just fine, Torben.
Well, Christians are taught to swallow everything they're told anyway or given.
Which is to say that there's merits in Christianity somehow.
Mm.
All right.
Love you, Dana.
Yeah.
I mean, there are differing views in the chat I can see, but I mean, I lean to the side also where I think he if he doesn't completely believe it, he makes himself believe it to some extent, and he's to get well, for lack of a better word, aroused by what he's saying, the same way that he can get other people aroused. So
he either, like I said, he either went in believing this, or he started off being a bit of a charlatan, but now believes his own con kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's one of the two, but I think he. There's no two ways about it. He has definitely convinced himself one way or the other.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, I'm not sure, but I think Shartan at least left his seat. Are you still there, Shartan?
He's away for a brief errand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
yes.
Okay, let's watch a bit more then. Come on.
What's with all the crying? Like, is this supposed to be a happy thing?
Well, but if you can cry from emotional overload, I suppose that's fair.
I guess.
No.
Thank you. I want this.
That could also go in porn easily.
I want this. I really have this is the taste of what we are coming into. When we just do it and keep doing
what he's coming into. We know what he's coming into.
This going to
Well,
explode.
you know, that's the thing with
all over
glory
the world.
holes.
It is exploding, but in a new way.
He's exploding in a new way.
Oh my word!
She just play with her own tits.
Hallelujah. Just kneel down.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah,
Here we go.
yes, really.
You just to the next ready. You just
There you
go
go,
down
peddling
there.
pole.
So are you ready?
Yay!
Are you ready to get back?
We know what happens next, don't we? We know what happens next.
She gets wet.
No.
Oh, wow.
1, 2, 3. Where's the money, Lebowski?
This is not what it's looking for the money shot.
Quick t-shirt competition.
That was actually pretty tame. Because some of the ones you showed earlier, he was really dunking their heads underwater and then like.
But he's teaching this woman
That's
how to
because they're like
baptize.
a rough.
He's more or less just standing there on the sideline going, and then you whack him down into the kiddie pool.
Yeah, he's not even in the water. Maybe he's like the Wicked Witch.
I don't know. I suppose he's
Oh
enabling
my
them.
god, he'll melt.
He's going home. He's got
But
his
he'll
fill
stay
of
with
fun,
us. You know.
and now he's got to go home.
But not for long, because he's going to be fleeing to the United States before much longer.
And it really has been an adventure. And every day have been stronger and stronger. And I think
We leveled up both
the
Tuesday and
guy on the
Thursday.
right, the twink.
What about him? He's one of the
We
camera
leveled
guys,
up.
right?
The twink.
I thought I had seen it all, but now I just feel solid.
Yeah, the guy on the right is definitely the twink.
To do a lot of work.
Damn it.
A lot of work to do.
Love it?
Yeah. Yes, it's real.
So we'll go home now and then.
Who's the guy on the left who is completely not engaged in this?
We will start another place. So I hope you love the movie. God bless you out all there. See the Pioneer School.
He's the
See
casting
legends,
director, I guess.
Follow us. Come to a Kickstarter weekend and let's live.
The expression on his face.
Weekend. Time for a come on the weekend.
One should. It's healthy.
Goodness.
If you like that woman the other day, you can drink it as well. From Make Ice Blocks.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Hold on. So we're going to get updates on all this shit here as well, are we? Just ask over the next couple of minutes.
Yep.
Let's find out. Let's see what he thought. I can't wait to see what he says about the woman with Parkinson's who he was claiming he was curing.
Right.
Also, I mean, he's saying she's out of her bed, which basically just means her family finally got around to wheeling her about in the wheelchair.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's all.
Right.
She experiences more and more strength in her body daily. Mm.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, her. I'm pretty sure she was just wanting him to leave that in anyway.
Absolutely, that was the most awkward faith healing of this entire shit show.
Also, she could have been in her wheelchair every now and then, even before he saw her. I mean,
true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, it's a Karen.
No sign of cancer.
Okay, so was she actually diagnosed with cancer prior to this?
Again.
I have no idea.
Wasn't that someone else? I think it was someone else.
There was someone I know that they were saying that, yeah.
One ring for two. I greatly appreciate that comment on his tongues. Yes.
Oh, rings in the chat, yeah.
Agreed. Hard agree.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
This is what I mean. As much as we had a laugh with him, this is what's insidious about the shit that he preaches is the faith healing element there. I mean, this is what to me, there's so much that's wrong with it, but that's the thing that to me is really insidious about that.
Right.
So she had a bowel movement, and she pooped out the tumor.
This is a day she'll never forget. The day she permanently broke her back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh snap!
So this woman was healed of her herniated disc or whatever. And were doctors involved in this at all, just by any chance?
Yeah.
Not
Who needs
bloody
doctors? They
likely.
have Jesus.
Yeah.
How did they check up on them?
Jesus.
Call them?
Well, we know Jesus doesn't exist anymore because now he's got the kind of Jake the Snake look going on, hasn't he? So
Yeah, he's Jake the Snakus.
yeah.
Right. I think he's gonna skip over the. No. There we are.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Right.
Yeah, really, because
fucking fake that one.
yeah, because newsflash for you, prayer does not cure fucking Parkinson's.
Prayer doesn't cure.
Why are you praying for her family? Her family isn't the one dealing with it. Well, they are indirectly, but they're not the ones that are dealing with it the most. So why are we praying for her family? Why not just pray for her?
Yeah.
Because, God might be like, I can only heal one of you. If you're healing, praying for all these people.
Here's the thing. Now, what was that study? What was that study that was done a number of years ago about intercessory prayer? That I think it was the Templeton Institute. The Templeton Institute actually sort of sponsored the research on this, and it came back as pretty damn inconclusive. In fact,
people who were prayed for and who knew they were being prayed for did work.
That's right. That's what I was going to say next. Yeah, because there was the hypothesis on that is that the added pressure on them to get better as a result of that made them worse. So I mean, and there's people who fund this, like the Templeton Institute. That is that is very much a Christian group as well. And even they had to kind of sort of say inconclusive. It has no effect one way or the bloody other.
Exactly.
Right. The fuck he was.
At the hospital who have been healed. Yes, they were at a motherfucking hospital receiving treatment.
How do you get healed from lactose intolerance? It's a genetic thing. You have to have the genes that enable you to handle the milk.
I mean,
all he would have done was changed his freaking diet.
So there's a flat out lie hitting it here one way or the other here, isn't there? Now, either it is Torben lying through his teeth, or the doctor is lied through his teeth about ever having lactose intolerance. To say, so someone's lying.
He could have had irritable bowel syndrome, and it wasn't lactose intolerance. It's any number of different things, and if he just stops doing something, it all goes away.
Right.
He has prayed for over 30 people at the hospital who have been healed. He has prayed for 50 people who have not.
How much? Sorry, hold on.
And there was that one time he just marched into the operation room for no reason.
Sorry, question on that. Like, he's prayed for over 30 people that have been healed. How many patients does the average hospital have? Because I'm pretty sure it's more than 30.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, if someone's in there with
and they all got healed, then maybe that might be worth looking into. But
would you really want him to be your doctor, though? Instead of you know what, you need your appendix removed, but I'm going to pray to Jesus instead, because Jesus can heal you.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if my doctor prayed over my penicillin, because the effect of prayer is 0. But if my doctor prayed for me instead of giving me penicillin, then I would most definitely have an issue. But probably not for long, because I'd be dead.
I'm allergic to penicillin, so either way.
Well, this actually reminds me of there was a British TV sitcom in the 1970s called Rising Damp, and there was a black character from Africa called Philip in it, and who was very well educated, and the landlord Rigsby, who was a bit of a bigot or whatever, and actually sort of said something about it was like a cure for ailments or whatever, and he sort of said to the black guy Philip, says, "Yeah, I thought your lot down there in Africa would have like some sort of witch doctory cure for this stuff," and he says. And he would string him along saying, actually, yes, we did. We did this thing where we ground up, we took like dead pig's testicles, ground them up and made them into it and said this enchantment over it. And it really worked. It cured the village of all of its illnesses. He said that really worked. He says, and then the guy turned around and he said, he said, well, it was either that or the penicillin. We're not quite sure. That was the thing. The black character in that always used to troll the idiot,
Cool.
I mean, that's amazing. That is hilarious.
Let me stay.
Oh, it's spreading.
I was about to say this to me looks like a virus count.
And also an MLM.
I think we need social isolation from religion.
Right.
Agreed.
No religious person should be allowed within 2 meters of me.
Right, just to point out, Jen, you're seeing the good bits here because Hopswatch will tell you this. This guy has been known to baptize people in wheelie bins. He's been known to fill them up with water and use them.
I didn't say baptize them in wee.
No, you know the old bins you stick out for the
wheelie bins.
Yeah. He's been known to baptize people in them.
This guy's an idiot.
Footage from a security camera. So, guy walks in.
Crutches. And...
It's Godfather. Oh, come on.
What even?
Okay.
What was the point of the security camera drivel?
That was we could then witness
the guy's been healed, I guess.
Yeah, the guy walks into a shop and the guy behind the counter goes, "Let me just pray for you here real quick," and boom, you're walking out on your own instead of crutches.
Also, this is a bloody lie.
Yeah, bullshit.
This is a bloody lie. This is a bloody lie. There are no unanswered calls yet.
I was just checking I was going to say, I've just got my phone. I was just checking. Not even a fucking text.
Yeah, mine hasn't.
That, no.
Wait, is Jesus the one that's doing those warranty calls for my car? Holy shit!
Guys,
He needs to stop that. He should know. He's Jesus.
Guys, Jesus is sexting me.
No.
Did he send you dick pics?
Yeah, did he send you
He's
dick
a
pics?
spicy little fella, isn't he? Guys, I have plans now.
Not on my stream.
If he asks if you want to do sounding, tell him no.
If he can come over, he can come all over.
Okay. Over to my place. Come over and play.
He wants to get it everywhere.
Netflix and Phil.
I like it that at the minute that thing Jesus is calling you, my mum called.
Have you ever seen your mom and Jesus in the same room at the same time?
No, I haven't. I really haven't.
Consider this. If your mom took off her glasses and changed her hair, would she look like Jesus?
Wait, he has a free school. Can we join the school and take the classes and see if that works?
Oh no! Please
He's a free school. Like
I've actually thought about that since he's in, I guess, North Carolina now and I'm in Georgia. I've told Hops, I said I was gonna take one of the classes and record it, but not until well after
definitely between
The fuck
Kitty.
was that?
Oh, it was the twink trying to get his camera
Okay.
back.
So Kitty,
Yeah.
Kitty, can I
Yeah,
just
that's
say?
the point. That's I agree.
Right, so-
Awesome. Fellow Georgian, yay.
Seraphim, I was gonna say, Kitty, yourself, Seraphim, Mama Atheist, all in Georgia. I sense a road trip coming on here.
Well,
Just
yes,
saying.
Mom and Atheist and I are going to go pick up Beth. Road trip.
There you go. Road trip. Go to Torben's compound.
We need to.
You've got to do it.
Let's see.
Maybe you could swing by Dinosaur Adventureland as well. I don't know. Mine's just a different direction, I think. But
What? Pick up Kent.
yeah.
Get him some real religion.
Actually, I honestly swear, if we all go to the United States together at some time, we've got to do a road trip to Dinosaur Adventureland just for the fucking lols.
Oh goodness! No,
Wait,
I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to pay that any money.
Yeah.
None
Was
of
that
my.
one of those dinosaurs and humans
Can
were
we
at
all
the same
play a
time
game
thing?
if we do that? Who can hold their breath the longest in the lake?
Oh! Hell, Jed!
Wait, what?
No!
Am
Please
I
explain.
missing a reference?
That's horrible, Jen. Hilarious as well.
Hilarious, but I'm gonna say, who's it? Sorry,
Yes.
who's missing the context here?
Me.
Okay,
Pirate King, I think it was.
Kent Hovind. A few months ago, he had a young boy drown in the ponds there that they used to let people go swim. Kids go swimming in.
I
Of course,
got
they had no one there who's a trained lifeguard or whatsoever.
I heard that. I thought it was.
Yeah, and
I
not
thought
only
it was
did,
Ark Park.
and not only did the boy drown, Kent Hovind was a complete fucking asshole about it afterwards.
No.
Yeah, I did know about that, but I didn't realize it was Ken Hovind. I thought it was
Yeah, that was
Ken
Hovind.
Ham. I thought it was the Ark Park with Ken Ham. Not
No, this was Hovind.
gotcha.
So this dinosaur park thingy is, apart from come and drown your children, is it one of those dinosaurs and humans were?
Yes.
Very much so. Very much so.
Lived side to side. Yes.
Oh.
Well, no. See, if we did go to Dinosaur Adventureland, we'd have to neg GE to go too.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
Because he's in Alabama, I
he's
believe.
in Alabama, isn't he?
Yeah, I
Yes,
believe
yeah.
so.
Oh yeah. We should go see him.
Wait, who's in Alabama?
I don't.
Godless
I'm gonna say
engineer.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm gonna say though.
Oh yeah, they are.
Do you reckon
Guys,
you'll-
TOB, which I have no clue what stands for, would like to join in, and I'm about to bust my bladder into a lake of living water.
Actually, I'm going to have to jump out for 2 minutes as well, so if you want to get him in,
So I'm going to love and leave you all, and it has been a distinct, if very, very weird pleasure.
It's been awesome.
And if something similar comes up with Torben and or other insanities, I'd love to. And also, please subscribe to my paid newsletter about the Church of Debauchery. It's simple to do, and God wants you to do it. The only thing that really matters is that whoever you're doing it to doesn't. So steal, murder, pillage, what have you, all for the glory of God. Praise be upon him, and make sure that the sacrifice of our Lord Jesus Christ actually matters. The less you sin, the less you care.
Exactly.
And also, kill the youngest first, because heaven needs pure souls. Hail, Hail Gigi.
You know, it almost makes sense. You could probably, if you tried hard enough, he could turn into the next Torben.
Oh wow!
But I'm sad.
He has charisma though. Torben does not have charisma.
Oh, cool! Faithless Farm.
Was supposed to be this weekend.
I know.
Okay, should I?
Yeah, I wanted to go this year because I went last year. It was fun.
You did?
I might see if it's possible that I can get to the US next year and make it.
Seraphim, you were there last year?
Yes.
Yes. Do you remember seeing somebody in a Do you remember seeing anybody else there that had a Captain Marvel T-shirt on?
I have shit memory, so I barely remember my name half the time, sweetie. So probably did, but I kind of kept to myself last year. I had like really bad anxiety.
Oh yeah, fair.
Next time I go, I'm a little bit better.
Because I was there last year.
Because I mostly just hung around Cirrus and his group.
Oh,
since I knew them for the most part.
I didn't get to hang out with Cirrus as much as I'd wanted to. I ended up spending more time with Drew, Shannon, and Paula Gia, and that whole group.
Okay.
Yeah, usually the only people that I spoke to aside from them were people that spoke to me because once again I just wasn't being very social at the time.
Gotcha.
I hang out. Can't speak. I hung out with Aron Ra once when he was in Copenhagen. That was kind of cool. Anyway, just to wrap up, I mean, the little series we had here. So, anyone feeling conversed?
Conversed? No.
Converted.
I have not been converted, no, sweetie.
Converted. I can't English. Sorry.
Still English.
I can't imagine that Jesus come is any better than any other come. So.
Right.
I mean, it's holy come though.
It's heavenly, apparently.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
You know you're getting your spiritual juice right when you're getting it straight from the source.
But I mean, can you believe people being convinced by this stuff? Because I have a problem doing that. I mean, how could people get convinced by something like that?
I don't think they were. I think they were already convinced.
Yeah.
You know, most of the people.
Most of them, yes, and
that's Sarah
right.
speaking.
yeah, most of the people were already. Sorry.
No. Yeah, no, most of the people were already religious. They just switched denominations, basically.
Cool. Yeah. You kind of have to be convinced to believe that kind of bullshit in the first place. Like.
Yeah, I guess you would. Any 2 cents, Jonathan?
No. I feel weirdly uncomfortable with that whole thing. Like I really get uncomfortable watching people doing what they do. It's almost like I get, like a physical reaction to it. It's because they really believe what they're doing, right?
Vicariously embarrassed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they it kind of scares me that they believe in this so much, and they're like willing to do. No, it's just I get really uncomfortable and kind of scared that people actually do these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, thinking about
it's weird.
Embarrassing yourself like that on video and have it blown up on YouTube where everyone can see you for the rest of your life, basically. I mean, there are people who regret that they ever went into porn, and it's there and it'll be there for the rest of their lives. And I mean, a bit analogous to that. People participate in something that they quite well might regret one day, and it will be all over the internet.
Me and Jen go through that on a weekly basis because there's at least once a week one of us is drunk on stream.
It's most fun when we're both drunk at the same time, which has happened a few times now.
I have to find a different pose to sit in when I'm doing things online because I'm always looking a bit down. I start sweating an awful lot here at my neck.
Your lights are too bright.
What's that again?
Your lights are probably too bright.
I don't have any lights in front of me. I've got the sun, however, at my back. That's why my one side of my face is all shiny. Right. Well, Eric isn't coming in as far as I can see. Hey, Seraphim, you want the spot? So
yeah, you want a video spot?
Sure. Let me hang up and I'll be right back in.
Sure. Because it's not like I've got that much left, really. I would like to show you, if you're interested, that greeting that Ray Comfort gave Torben back in the day.
We've got to watch that.
Yeah,
it's not much. It's just over half a minute, but it's just to see the kind of people that back in the day he was doing business with. Hey, Seraphim.
Hello.
Hello again.
So we're just going to watch the little snippet that Ray Comfort sent Torben back in the day, and this video would be from 2009. Wow, that long ago.
Wow.
So
Wow.
let's just watch the thing, and people can giggle, but let's watch the whole thing through. It's only half a minute, so let's. Here we go.
I've got a special word of encouragement for the people of Denmark. I love Danish pastries. They are so good. But keep loving the truth. Keep preaching the gospel. It's the gospel that's the power of God's salvation. Keep lifting up your voice as a trumpet. Show these people their transgressions. Feel free to go to our website, livingwaters.com or wayofthemaster.com, and get encouragement. There's plenty of things there free of charge. You can listen to tapes, you can download stuff, but keep up the good work. God bless you for loving the truth.
Thank you.
So it was just a general thing to Denmark as such, not that came across as, but that was especially directed at Torben, was it?
No, it wasn't, but it was shown on Torben's channel, and it was somehow in conjunction with something Torben did. However, I don't have any clear evidence of that, but well, take my word for it. But still, he did post it on his channel from back then. Okay, so Jeff, I asked the other ones while you were away. You feel converted in any way?
Well, I was really hoping that God himself was going to show up in this, because it was billed as 7 days with God. We went for this 7-day adventure, and I didn't see him once, so I'm a little disappointed. Unless it was the old guy in the golf cart, I don't know.
It could have been him.
Could have been him.
And he did not look happy, did he?
Yeah.
So God is an old guy in a golf cart now?
Yeah, why not?
Possibly. We don't know. I can't say that I was converted. The only thing I sort of maybe felt was a little bit of hungering for fast food in the first one of these we did, when he was having some fast food at the airport. He briefly made me hungry. But,
so he should go into advertising, not religion.
I don't think he does either good. He's not. I mean, to me, because I wondered why people followed this guy, and I kind of came to the conclusion it's maybe because through whatever way, as we discussed earlier, whatever way he's come to that position, he really believes in this nonsense. Maybe that does help when you're trying to sell something. But so I think you pointed out to me in one of these streams, Hops, he seems to be okay at converting people. He doesn't seem to hold on to his flock for very long, though.
No,
or his flock.
Can't take
Sorry,
me
Jeff.
So the thing
No,
is,
you can't.
Eric actually came in now. So anyone want to give their place away from him?
Yeah, I need to go get some sleep. I'm hungover as shit.
That's fair enough. He's actually Norwegian, though living in Australia. So,
oh, cool.
I guess you would get along. But okay, well, I'll remove you then, Shotgun. See ya.
Take care,
Bye.
guys.
See you later, Shad.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Hello, Eric.
Hey,
How's
Eric.
it going? Hello.
So, Eric, you're down under as well, aren't you?
I
Different side of the
certainly am,
country.
mate. Yeah. Oh, we don't exist, do we? We're on the underside of the flat
we're
world. We're not
artificial.
really here.
Yeah, we're not really here. We live in a bunker in Colorado.
Okay,
Well,
so Eric, if you
I'm
could,
just trying to.
if you could
I'm
just
looking at
throw
the faces. I'm just trying to get. Yep.
Oh, we're all too small.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's a bit of a delay. I mean, you guys are far away, aren't you? So, Eric, could you just throw a few words about yourself, where you're coming from, and your interest in Torben and his cult?
Okay. Short story. I first got involved in the church when I was about 13 or 14. Groomed, sexually abused, then kicked out of the church. I got a taste of the wildlife for quite some time after that. I know how to party. And
That's
then
a
it was in
requirement if you live in
1989
Australia.
Yeah, beer drinking, but not Foster's. Foster's is cat piss in a can. Don't touch the stuff. So in '89, I walked into a Foursquare church. Oh, everybody went big again.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So in 1989, I went back to a Foursquare church and got involved in that. Don't know why. And then I got caught up in that movement that John Wimber started, the Vineyard Movement, which is pretty much a forerunner to a lot of this stuff that you see Torben preaching and all the crap these guys are going on with today. It's a lot of mystical bullshit and Gnosticism, and also mixed with this higher level of understanding and you know, they think they're above the normal people. They get these mystical revelations, you know. It's most probably a demon farting in their ear, but they think it's an angel or something, you know. They got no idea. So I was involved in that stuff for a long time. We were one of the first churches in Australia that was a vineyard church, so I was involved in leadership as well. I didn't get involved. I didn't get on well with the American fellas that were running it. I had a few run-ins with them. Nearly got into a punch-up with one of them, and this is as a Christian, mind you. So I was doing pretty good at that stage, eh? And I teetered and tottered for a while in that movement. It's very sensual. It's a very emotionally manipulative movement. And because I'd already come out of the crap that I'd been into the church, I was easily led. And it draws you in. There's a power involved. I've seen stuff, man, that is just like freaky shit. I could show you some videos on YouTube that look pretty much soft compared to what it was like in the early 90s when all this stuff was fresh. You guys have heard of the Toronto blessing? No?
I've heard of it. I don't know that much about it, but
it's worth looking into for you guys specifically, you know, because a lot of the stuff that Torben does comes from the Toronto movement, and it's linked in with Rodney Howard Brown as well. He was known as the Holy Ghost bartender. You know, they were going around laying hands on people and they were laughing on the floor, rolling around. I've seen pastors being led around by their wives with a frickin' dog collar and a lead on, man, barking, acting like excuse the French, dickheads. They really are. This stuff causes a lot of mental problems, and I seriously think in general, the health, like the mental health industry, a lot of the people, I reckon, if we went and asked them, were they involved in these kind of churches at some stage in their life, would have an influence possibly as well, because so many people I know that have come out of these cults suffer with that post-traumatic stress disorder.
You call it the
anxiety.
Toronto blessing, sorry?
Blessing, yeah, with a B.
Yeah, sure.
Uganda.
No, I was in. That's because I'm through way more than a pint of beer, so I misspoke. I was in doubt whether it was the Toronto Blessing or Toronto Movement, but Toronto Blessing.
Helvete, hvor mye øl har du drukket i kveld da?
Jeg har drukket sådan en halvanden pint her af noget hvedeøl. Sorry guys, we understand each other's vernaculars.
That's excellent. We'll do a Hopswatch one day.
Yeah, we will. Okay. What I wanted to show you here as a last little nugget is to I mean, who of you is familiar with is the thing I said about Mark Steven Lett earlier on? I mean, this is to show that that Torben can compete with Mark Steven Lett on weird faces. So Torben made a New Year's stream, and I actually made an analysis of it. And what I'm going to show you is just some of the facial expressions that I'm commenting on, and even some that I aren't commenting on, but that they just came kind of naturally during the stream. So got the first one here. So what do you say about that?
He reminds me of a conehead.
See, the issue with Lett is not the faces he makes; it's the way his face moves when he's talking. Like if you take a freeze frame of Lett, he might have a creepy face, but like when Torben's talking, like I can watch him talk. When Lett is talking, I cannot watch him talk. His facial expressions in the process of speaking creep me the fuck out.
Yeah, well,
Torben's pretty creepy, dude.
Torben's got a little bit of like a Lex Luthor thing going on there, isn't he?
He does, doesn't he?
He does.
He looks like a conehead.
Yeah, he does.
There he is. Video. It's pronounced video.
He looks so weird, though.
I like I said, I didn't really want to like mock his accent and all that, but I've said a couple of times.
I know.
He sounds like he's doing a bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impression a lot of time. I just expect him to say, "Who is your daddy? What does he do?"
Who is your daddy?
It's pretty hard. It's hard not to mock them in general, but when you look at what he does to people, the one that really pissed me off was when he traumatized that little kid. You know, the one that was pissing himself.
Right.
And the things that he does, you know, like telling people to get off medication. Who the hell does he think he is? He's not a doctor. I think he's really dangerous.
He's God's rep on earth, doesn't he?
That's what I said. I think the insidious thing about this is the faith healing, which I think is an insidious thing by itself. But
I'll put my Christian hat to the side and say this guy is a danger to society in itself. He reminds me so much of Jim Jones. He has the same mentality. He is right. Everybody else is wrong. And if you don't do it his way, well, you know, that's up to you. You know, and that, remember you touched on it too, Kaj, and it was something that was interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
It's called interesting. It's called eschatology. Eschatology.
Eschatology.
I can't even say it. End times preaching. Yeah. Eschatology. Thank you.
Welcome.
You know how he was carrying on about the COVID-19 coming, and it was from God, and it was going to wipe people out. It was the end of the world and all that kind of stuff. Where the hell does he get all these dreams from? Where does he get this stuff from? If people opened up a bloody Bible and went, Torben's talking about crap that's not even in the book that he says he's reading from.
Drugs?
Go away. You know? Oh, man, I don't know. Drugs would help you put up with him. That's about it. You don't want to smoke a lot of weed to be able to put up listening to him all the time. You know? He's dangerous. He really is dangerous. He's... there's a guy that does a Norwegian channel that also talked about this fella who is a professional hypnotist. Have you seen those, Kaj?
It's Kai.
It's not
Kaj. That's how Americans mispronounce my name.
It's Kai.
It's Kai.
Yeah, it's Kai. Yeah, just like yeah.
Yeah,
but it's okay. I mean, Greater Sapien mispronounced my name in the same way as did what's his name now? Steve McRae.
Yeah.
I made a super
I've got
chat
a cousin in. I've got a cousin in Arndale.
I think I've made that mistake with mispronouncing your name as well. So
it's got the J there, eh?
It's fair enough. It's fair enough. Yeah. Well, that's the Danish way to spell it. So
okay, I get you. In Norway, they use the I.
Yeah, they would. Yeah. You would do.
But anyway, listen. There was a guy that was a professional hypnotist from Norway, and he was talking about some of the techniques that Torben used, and he was saying that he even thinks that Torben does a lot of it without knowing it. And this guy did a pretty good job too of breaking down some of the things that Torben did. I can't remember his channel at the moment, and if I move my
that is exactly my hypothesis as well, or a theory if you want to. That what Torben has done is probably he's been watching videos with American preachers doing faith healing, and he's been thinking, I want to do that as well. I want to be that person who heals these people, not pretend that he's healing, not defrauding people or anything like that. That's not what Torben's actually thinking. He actually believes that these preachers are healing people, and he thinks that he can do that himself. And basically, what he does is mimic those people. And when he mimics them, I mean, he will eventually get the same effects. So I would be very much in agreement with that hypnotist.
I've got it here for you. I'll drop it in the link in the chat for you if you want.
I'm going to say I'm probably going to.
His name's Rogvi.
Yeah, you got a stream going on in 20 minutes.
I'm going to have to drop out in a few minutes or so. Yeah, so I've got a stream due to start in about 20 minutes. So
push your stream, sir.
I'm going to post a link to it in the chat actually, but
yes, do that. And you're very welcome to push your stream right now if you want to.
I will do that. It's on my channel. It's going to be part 2 of Asterix and the Normans. As you know, myself and Hissy, we've been kind of going through doing reviews of all the Asterix books for a bit of fun and whatever, and also having a little look at the history as well at the time. But we meant this is going to be part 2. We meant to do all of Asterix and the Normans last week, but YouTube decided to be funny with us. So anyway, I got my stream from last week back, and then so I'm going to plug. So we're going to finish this off this week. Also, I just got to plug this as well. That Tuesday, 8 p.m. UK time, I've got an interview on my channel. I've got Les Carter, aka also known as Fruit Bat from the band Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine, coming onto my channel for a chat. So that should be interesting.
That'd be awesome.
Cool. Well, see you around, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. I've enjoyed going through this movie with you. Pity I wasn't converted, but
I think that's for the better.
Maybe bloody lucky, mate.
Sure. Who knows? Maybe we'll watch a Ken Ham or Ray Comfort documentary next, and that might do the job. I don't know. I'll see you guys later. Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
I hope none of my friends.
Yeah, I want to say it's been good fun. It's been good fun for me too.
That's something That's something you should consider, Hops. Go find another documentary and turn this into a thing that you do, where you just have people on watching these religious documentaries and shit talking them the whole time.
Yeah, well, Torben has an array of them.
You just have to do them on a Wednesday or a Thursday.
What's that again?
I said you just have to do it on a Wednesday or a Thursday so I can show up more often.
Okay. I could look into that. At this moment, I'm working from home, so I could do that. But King Fat probably couldn't. Would maybe not may have issues. He's working on weekdays, so there's that.
Yeah. I
can come in as long as I have enough notice to get enough sleep beforehand, since I work nights.
Right.
In the TLR group, I put a video link. It's a oh goodness, John Cedars video where he's playing a clip of Let talking.
Oh goodness.
And if you wanted to bring it up, I don't think he'd have a problem because we're just using it for the clips of Let talking. Like you are all familiar with Let, right?
If you want, let me just have a look, because
you're all for Mark whatever Let from the Jehovah's Witness governing body.
So where are you?
Oh yeah, I know who Let is. Oh yeah.
He talks like this. Like every time he's talking, like his mouth is wide open, his eyebrows are.
He's the one who says young ones.
Well, they all call them young ones, but the way he says it and the
it's just creepy as fuck. I actually
the young ones, darling, we're the young ones. The young
I started doing that
as
an edit.
Those words.
No, I did. I've actually got it somewhere. I started editing it so that there was a whole heap of them cut in saying young ones and that all to the Cliff Richard song and everything.
Wonderful. It happens to be my favorite TV series of all time, The Young Ones.
It's an awesome show, The Young Ones.
I grew up watching The Young Ones.
What's that again?
I worked with a fellow that looked exactly like Neil on The Young Ones, and it was my favourite show growing up.
Oh, wow.
I loved it, man. Kids used to hang out the bus and go, hey, how's it going, Neil?
To an extent, it was what taught me to speak English without too much of an accent. It really was. Really was when I heard them. When I watched that show and heard them speak, I was thinking, I want to speak English like that. I actually did. Okay, let's just.
Don't worry, Neil. It was bound to happen sooner or later.
Oh yeah, no, I gave you a
read.
specific timestamp so that you would start right when he was speaking. 47 seconds in.
I actually read.
So I just want to say, now,
I actually learned to speak Norwegian by reading Asterix and Obelix.
Anyway, I'm now borrowing something from John Cedars, and I haven't actually asked him. I hope he will give me forgiveness. He will forgive me. We have a saying.
Thanks, John.
Actually, we have a saying in Denmark, which is, it's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission.
Well, that's why the timestamp I gave you was 47 seconds in. That's when he starts using a clip from.
Right. Okay. Let's
JW,
just jump to that. Let's just jump to that.
There we go.
And this is Mark Stephen Lett speaking.
Let's roll the first clip.
James 3:5-6 tells us in part, the tongue is a small part of the body, and
what is his head crooked?
See how small a fire it takes to set a great forest ablaze. The tongue is also a fire. Well, just how small is the tongue? An average adult's tongue weighs only about 2.5 ounces. That's a small part of the
If
body
his
weight.
tongue's on fire, he should have eaten less curry.
That little 2-ounce tongue has great power. If you think about it, it can actually lift thousands of pounds of weight.
His mouth doesn't even move
when a
properly.
chairman of the convention says, please stand. Of course, that power can be used for good.
Do you think he's an android?
And the warning. And
I think he's had a stroke because his mouth is crooked.
It can cause great damage.
Yeah, it is.
But it's always
Just
been like that,
a
as far as I can
tiny
tell.
Lighted match flipped
okay.
carelessly aside can burn thousands of acres of beautiful trees to the ground.
So as you
Okay, yeah, he has an extremely creepy face. Yeah,
and an extremely creepy way to talk as well.
Yes, he does.
It's weirdly robotic, isn't it? And it's
that's what I said. Is he actually an android?
It's extremely overplayed all the time.
I mean, Kitty's right. They all do that, but he is the worst of them.
Yeah, he is. Still, I say if you take stills, Torben can still compete with him in making the weirdest face expressions.
Well, yeah, still images are, like I said, like it's a different thing with a still image and versus like straight up just talking.
Well, you're right.
Well, Torben makes some weird facial expressions anyway, even like whenever he is talking, and not just from the stills.
No, you're right. Okay, guys. Actually, I think I'll kind of finish it here. I want to say thank you very much for joining me, Jen. You want to just plug your channel?
Yeah, I'm Jen from Jen's Little Corner. I did a 3-hour-long stream today with a panel of people all about J.K. Rowling and her bigotry. I've got a video coming out this week which is about female masturbation, which, according to the poll, I now have to do naked. So that's going to be interesting. So that'll be interesting to make it so that I can have it on YouTube.
Wonderful.
Should be interesting.
I don't have anything to plug, just my Twitter.
But we are playing Minecraft every now and then.
Yes.
Hey, you want to go? You're gonna want to go exploring the new update? I think we actually should do that.
Yeah, that would be fun. I think it's got a couple days till it comes out.
Yeah, the day after tomorrow, my son claims, but you never really know with him. But I think we should really do that. Eric, do you have any? Do you have a channel?
No, you don't want no churchy stuff here.
Yeah,
mate.
June 23rd.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, so it is.
Hey, I posted a link to a YouTube video there. Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. But I'll look into it.
There's one for you to review later. It's Robert Stilton. He's known as the farting preacher. It'll give you a laugh.
Farting preacher. Okay, Seraphim. Have you got anything you want to plug?
I do not, but now I want to play Minecraft.
Now you want to play Minecraft? Okay. Well, we could make it a ménage à trois. Sorry.
Ooh. Hey, I'm all for that.
What's that about twats?
We would probably.
A ménage à trois, sweetness.
Magic twats. Yep.
My twat is magical. Yes.
Little corner.
Yes. That's what every bi and lesbian girl wants: is a magical twat and her girlfriend.
Right. Okay. I guess that will be it for this time. Thank you for participating in these streams. Thank you for participating in the in the little series of watch parties we've had. It's been good fun, and yeah, I'll definitely do something like that again sometimes. I think I will for a period of time go back to just do a couple of beer reviews and stuff like that. I can only do one thing at a time because I simply don't have any more time to do stuff. But thank you so much for participating, all you in
beer reviews, mate.
Here and here. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for everyone in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for watching. That will be during the live streams or any time later on. I've been Hopswatch, and as I always say at the end of my streams, always remember to drink responsibly. And until next time, everyone, cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Tack ska du ha.